Yeah. What's up, family?
Oh, CEO family, welcome back.
You know what it is. It's a always very special edition with your favorite woman and your favorite man.
Especially when we go live.
That's right. When we can connect with the community, it's always a good thing. You see, we in the house. You see, we settled down. And when you see that we're getting ready to talk about something good, something juicy. Now, where you want to start?
Just jump out. Let's start anywhere. I mean,
well, I like them to jump in. You know, we be going live and we don't really tell nobody. Okay,
we just pop out.
We gotta pop out. It's so good to see y'all. We're gonna let you climb in. We got a few things to show you that we noticed on Instagram, and it's good stuff. You know, it's good stuff, and it's about how, of course, we've always been the real indigenous people. It's about, you know, what you all wanted us to talk about too, where white people come from. We're going to get into that. And I think we're going to close it out with something real special, some surprise. So stick around till the end. We got something for you, something special.
All right, I'm looking forward.
All right. Even he looking for it. Even he don't know. Okay. You know it's good. Let me know how y'all doing. What's popping? What's popping? What's popping? Love. What's up? What's up? All right. We're going to get into it. Now, the people who posted this on Instagram, their handles and all that stuff, you'll be able to find that on your own, you know. And shout out to them too, by the way, because everybody is doing their part. All right. Here we go. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
He been ready.
If you're a Black American, don't scroll.
Okay, hold on. Let me start it over for you. Let me turn it up. Let me turn this down. And let me know if the sound is good too, y'all. Here we go.
I should go cut something off. Come on, right back.
Okay. He gonna go cut the air off. So it's not no background noise. No phantom noise. What's up, family? Yeah, but everybody doing their part in the community. And when we sitting in our silence of our home, we're like, wow, y'all really doing y'all part. Y'all really speaking up. Everybody's really standing 10 toes down. And the ones who ain't, they don't even matter because they going to follow behind the ones who are leading. There's so many leaders in the community.
That's what we mean by taking a stand and becoming sovereign. That's what you're supposed to do. Stand up. Now is the time.
Get in the frame, baby.
Okay.
Get in the frame. People come to see you. It's fine, man. People come to see you. Okay. Here we go, family.
If you're a Black American, don't scroll. And you want to know why Grandma never told you you were Indian? It's because in 1924, a guy named Walter Plicker reclassified people that was too dark to color or reclassified them into Negro if they were Indian. And he felt like they were too dark. In that same year, 1924, they made it illegal to call yourself an Indian if you wasn't an Indian on paper. Let me remind you, I just told you Walter Plicker reclassified Black indigenous Indians as colored or Negro because they were too dark. In that same year, they made it illegal to call yourself an Indian if you wasn't an Indian on paper. Gone.
Okay, that's where we'll start. A lot of us already knew that. Okay, now let's get into this one. This guy's a little more animated, but he's got good points.
Man, get in here, get in here, get in here. Here goes some random facts that you did not know about. All secrets shall be revealed. Did you know the federal court already ruled that we the Indians, literally? Well, go ahead and take a screenshot of this right here. Go ahead and take a screenshot.
Let me know if y'all can see. I'm trying.
And let's watch the Native Americans be mad. Ah! Now, I took a close-up of the screenshot. And let me show you something about to blow your mind. American Indian sovereignty is over because we said it was. The U.S. government says Negro are Cherokee Indians. But watch this. Watch this. Watch this. The Negro won again. 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 No human being on earth will ever be allowed to deny the Negro anything. Even the fact that he's not an Indian. So they can't deny that we're not an Indian. And no Indian nation is sovereign now. Boom. Negroes are Indian by federal court. Let's move on, shall we? But before I continue, if I can donate $1, I greatly appreciate it. But all secrets shall be revealed. Go ahead and take a screenshot. And as you can see, newspaper articles is what they brought into the courtroom. And these is one of them. The Indian woman, as you see, she's dark-skinned, right? Dark-skinned, right? Dark-skinned, right? So, we in the newspaper. Jot it down, literally. Have you ever heard of the Book of Mormons? Well, they said that we are the lost tribe of Israel. What you didn't know, they had copper-colored Mormons in Utah, reservations, the church, right? Indians that matched North America, showed them a lot of hidden places where a lot of Egyptian mummies was found.
Egyptian mummies.
Even there's a book that says The Great American Switch. The biggest lie in history. Even in the indigenous mother culture of pyramid mound society, where they already said that we was the Mervs, well, what happened to the M-O-O-R-O? But it's M-U-U-R-O. Mound builders, Lou, right? Go ahead and take a screenshot. Now, what do they call Frederick Douglass? What do they call him? What did they call him? What name he was known for? They call him the Little Indian Boy. And that's one of the reasons why they won, too, because he spoke and said, we are the Indians. We are the Indians. Native American descent. Potomac Indians. That's what he was. Not only that, they had the documents inside the courtroom in 1854 where California classified Chinese peoples as Indians. Go ahead and take a screenshot. Let's continue. Now, we even had settlements, and look at this right here. This even in Hampton, Virginia, where black people's names was on the documents of the true owner of Hampton, Virginia. Now, we even came to court with the Dancing Treaty, Dancing Rabbit Treaty, which was the first treaty of the first Indian Removal Treaty, the very first, and the Native Americans was not involved. So if you're mad Native Americans, oh well, that's on you. If you like to donate $1, I greatly appreciate it.
All right, that was a good one.
Now, there's a lot to say about that.
Okay, we clocking it. All season, all year, we clocking it.
Right. What we've always told you, you are the original people.
Yes.
Only reason grandmother, she, of course, it was against the law, not only, but she knew that you were being indoctrinated day by day by that religion, by that school, you know. And she just got tired of telling you who she was because nobody was listening. Now it's time for us to listen. Now we have the documented proof, the evidence that we need to know who we are. You know, we're the indigenous people of this land. We are the Niji of Turtle Island.
100.
And see, this is the time of awareness. So this is not new information. This is just information being brought back up. You know, it's time to remember who you are.
Well, to remember is to remember.
Right, that's why I said remember. You know how it's in the stuff. Remember.
Okay, we
That's
got
right.
to remember,
That's
y'all.
right. You got to remember. You would have forgot something.
So much of something, yes. Yeah, so who's next on the list that we're going to give a shout out to? This is a good one that we saw on Instagram. Hold on, let me start it over. Okay, here we go. Let's get this angle right ahead of time. Okay, here we go.
Yeah, maybe I can help for a second. Just
You gonna help?
go on.
Okay.
Do what you do, and I do what I do.
Okay.
Better. A little less glare.
Well, I turned off the ring light. Hopefully that's less. Yeah.
Too. Okay.
Okay, here we go. Dr. Yaki. Shout out to Dr. Yaki.
Always. Much love. Peace.
We are prisoners of war. It's a difference. We are more prisoners of war than slavery. A slave, that's a product. You make money off of it. You wouldn't castrate it because you would want it to make more slaves. We were castrated. You wouldn't burn hundreds of thousands of them alive. That's your product. Why would you destroy your product and make you more money? We're the best cotton pickers because we was picking cotton before they came here. They made it seem like it was this big mass transatlantic slave trade where millions of us came from Africa. Where's the boats? They done found pyramids in the sea. They done found Atlantis. They done found things in the Bermuda Triangle. They have explored a lot of the depths of the sea. Not saying that 100% of it have been explored, but majority of the sea have been explored where they finding all these ancient relics showing us the past. Where are these slave ships? And if you study different things that was left in the sea from here to the Caribbean islands and from here to all the other different islands, you will find relics of our people leaving from South America going to these different islands. You will see that, but you won't find anything of significant amount of evidence that's coming from so-called Africa to America. You won't find it. Why? If we went through this big transatlantic slave trade, then where are the true stories coming down from my ancestors are coming down from my family? My grandma on my mama's side, full-blooded Cherokee. She used to chew tobacco. She had long ponytails. She used to give me buffalo quarters that's worth hundreds of thousands of dollars now. And I wish I would have kept them. You have something called African ancestry, and guess what you got too? Indigenous native ancestry. Why is there two different blood tests? So I even think it's something going on with that, on what they're doing with these DNA tests that's automatically bringing us back to Africa. There was a test done where this dude, it was a white man. He said that he had a suspicion about them lying with the DNA test, and he sent the saliva of his lizard to Ancestry.com.
Wanted to see what would happen if I sent my pet lizard DNA into 23andMe. And so with the help of my wife, we extracted enough saliva to send off in the mail. We were so excited to see the results. After about 3 months, we were shocked. My lizard was 51% Ashkenazi Jewish. He was also 48% West Asian. This was really interesting. They also gave us a little bit of his background and his history, what he liked to eat, etc. Let us know which animal's DNA we should send in next.
Mm-hmm. We've always said in the past that these DNA tests were nothing but entertainment. If you want to be entertained with pretending like you come from somewhere else.
But I don't mean to interrupt you, but it's disguised as entertainment at this point.
Sure, but it's a part of a bigger plot.
Mm-hmm.
The bigger plot is that of for you not to know, for you to be out of touch with who you really are. Mm-hmm. They're just mixing up the pot. Yep. You know, the same way they did bringing all these immigrants in during the 1800s on those steamboats. Mm-hmm. Those were the slaves. Those were the Slavs. Those were the people coming over from Europe. We have always been here. Mm-hmm. Always. And it's so beautiful to see the community, people starting to stand up and say something about it, because that's what we have to do.
Yeah.
We have to live it every single day. You know, it's so important for us to continue to not only learn about ourselves, but to share that information with our children. Now, you may not be able to homeschool, but the most important knowledge that children can get is the knowledge of love and trust from you. Mm-hmm. They get their history from you. So it's so important that you start affirmating that, because that history of being a slave, it's detrimental. It's a spell.
It is.
It's a spell to keep us down. That's how they got over on us.
Yeah.
They got over on us not by conquering our minds, but because we were are a very spiritual people. They attacked us spiritually. It's a spell. We've been under a spell. It's time to awaken to the truth, to regain, to retake what's rightfully ours, our land, our minds, our soul, our way of life. It's time, people.
It's past time.
It's past time.
It's past time. And that's why we spend so much time talking to our people, because we're the people
Family.
who can make a difference in the world.
We are the ancestors of today. We are the Niji of today.
We're the majority, too.
We're the majority. That's right.
I mean, we done spent a lot of time talking about white folks. We spent all of the 70s, all of the 80s,
and see,
talking about the hunky. We know what the hunky did.
They're even more fucked up. They're even more fucked up because their history is limited. We have a flourishing history. We've affected the world. We were the first people on the planet. That intrinsicness, those universal laws were only applied after we had done them first.
True.
And then they went around the world.
And created a religion.
That's right. That's right. And see, religion and politics and the subsequent learning that we've not been doing in the schools, okay? You know, Rockefeller donated a lot of money towards education.
Miseducation.
It was a miseducation of all people.
Yep.
White people are just as deluded and fucked up.
Even more so.
Even more so. Because this is not their land.
Okay.
They don't get the power that we have
on our land.
That's right. This is all ours. You know, we've been half-stepping and we've been bullshitting because we've been misled mentally, physically. Okay, it's time for us to stand up.
Yeah.
To take back what's yours. And the first thing you can take back is your mind.
Yeah.
I mean, to have that bullshit, you know, I'm black. As we've shown you so many times, black is all of it's.
I got something for that ass. I sure
Black
do.
doesn't mean a thing. You know, it's devoid of color. So it's white though.
Right.
Think about it.
Right.
Only here in America are there white and black.
True.
Now, of course, it's catching on a little bit now over in Europe. But the Europeans, there wasn't any designation like white and black. That started over here.
Here's something. Until I find that other thing. Because we got so much stuff right here. Here's something.
You know, we've been on a real spiritual journey. We've been taking this all in. We understand. I mean, to point fingers at any one person is like, you still got three pointed back at yourself. It goes back to us. We were supposed to continue on that oral history. When Granny told you she was Indian, you were supposed to know naturally
that you were Indian.
But
too. You thinking that Granny was just Indian.
But you're going for what was taught to you, that you were black, that you're an African American. And all of those are statuses that basically the government has promoted to keep you in a slave mentality. Like so many people have told you, like we've told you, you know that it's impossible. Use your reasoning of today for them to transport slaves across the seas at that time on sailboats. Okay? That we are prisoners of war. We've been prisoners of war since they've been invaders on our land. And the only way they got over on us people is spiritually. They broke us up spiritually. Because you can't take nothing from someone who is sovereign. You can't do anything to anyone that's sovereign.
That's right.
You know.
Here's a little something about that white thing and when it came along.
What if I told you that this man is Caucasian? Yes, they literally live in the Caucasus. And as you can see, are wearing traditional Caucasus clothing that you can see many UFC fighters from the region wear. These are the Black Abkhazians, who live off the coast of the Black Sea in the disputed region of Abkhazia. It isn't exactly known as to how they ended up in the mountains of Caucasus, as there are many theories such as them being Ethiopians being invited by a Georgian king, or them being part of a European slave ship in which there was either a rebellion and they changed course, or high winds, taking the ship off the course and landing them in the Caucasus. It was difficult to get any clues as to the origin of these people, as even during first foreign encounters with them in 18th century, they were already fully integrated into Abkhaz society, and only spoke Abkhaz as well, being Muslim, and having all of the Abkhaz customs and traditions, and other Abkhazians confirming that as well as they also consider them simply as Abkhaz, and not knowing if they have any separate origin. An interesting random fact is that the American singer Paul Robeson was hosted by a black Abkhazian family when vacationing in Sochi. As pertaining to their DNA, it is unfortunately not clear, as none of them have come forward to take a test, and they have been pretty much fully mixed into the common Abkhazian genome. Got your DNA tested by a major company?
Okay. Now, what you just heard was there were so-called black Caucasians.
Mm-hmm.
So if we say, okay, white people are from the Caucasus Mountains, and there was black people there, then they came from black people.
That's right. That's the point.
That's
the main point. You want to know where they came from and how they got over on us? They got over on us spiritually. Mm-hmm. Okay, where they came from us. We birthed the world. Mm-hmm. You have to understand. You have to feel that. You have to remember that everything that you've been taught in the schools was a lie to keep you down. Just, it's crazy that people don't see that.
Yeah.
Or so many people want to be ignorant of it.
Yeah, it's a choice.
I'd rather be an indigenous person of this land, knowing my heritage, than to be a black American. I mean, everybody knows when you assume the American identity, you lose your identity. See that American identity is a fake identity.
They want to be the special, advanced American magical Negros.
Well, would you say I'd rather join that society of American black magical niggas, basically.
What was it? I don't know.
It was the Society of American Negro Magical Negroes.
Yeah.
Right.
There you go. All right. Let's keep it pushing. But yeah, that's the point of it all. We just been on Instagram, browsing the indigenous channels, and we're very pleased at what we've seen. Very pleased.
Very pleased with the way the community is starting to think. I applaud a lot of the younger people who are taking on. I'm so tired of talking to OGs and they're not knowing what time it is. Okay, they're not professing. They're still hanging on to that heaven and hell and Jesus Christ. Okay, Jesus Christ. You have to remember the first schools were Sunday schools. Your miseducation started first with the church. Anything that took you away from who you originally were meant to keep you down in the first place. And it started there. It started because we're a loving people, a compassionate people. We always felt like we had plenty. So, of course, we were willing to share. They infiltrated us by infiltrating our spirituality. And a lot of us, in order to go with the wave, hung out with the wave. Mm-hmm. How could you switch our God for another foreigner's God? You could only do that with mandatory education. You could only do that with indoctrination over centuries. Okay? Over centuries.
Wait.
Okay,
well, it's 4:00 somewhere.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, we have done so many things, but there's so much more we need to do. The more we get on, all of us get on this one page, and that's at least that we're indigenous to this land. You won't feel like you're owed anything. In fact, you'll develop ways of taking it back, using your mother wits, using the same wits that your ancestors used for centuries and centuries to survive. It's time for us to go back to who we are. That's how we can better affect the the world and affect ourselves.
True.
No more time for standing in the corner. No more time for splurting out dumb shit. You know, it's time to be real. It's time to go within. It's time to show love to each other.
Mm-hmm.
It's time to school each other, each one teaching one. That's what, because the information, family, is here.
Mm-hmm.
We're bringing the information to you. The information is so easy in some senses to get.
Mm-hmm.
All you have to do is get with the program.
Mm-hmm.
Stop letting them label you. See, remember, each label that came along, we didn't really protest. We protested quietly,
Mm-hmm.
but we didn't do it publicly. It's time for us to stand up for who we want to be called, how we want to be seen by the world, because the images that they're showing of us today are not empowering at all. That's not who we are. You know, they're just facets of who we are.
That's right.
We're about love. We're about strength. We're about lineage and bloodline. We're about this planet. We're about this country that we've been born on. It's our birthright. It is your birthright. It's your ancestral right to know exactly who you are.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Here's another one that we found interesting. Akon over in South America said that white people, not South America, excuse me, South Africa,
that they had it worse
than colored folks.
Show them what we mean.
I do know in South Africa, white people don't have it as good as white people have it in America. South Africa is probably the one place in Africa that was able to switch the table, where the white folks live in the hood and the black people are living good.
South Africa's changing social dynamic is not good for everyone. These Afrikaners, who enjoyed social and economic privilege during apartheid, are now near the bottom of the pile.
This is why Elon Musk is fighting for those white folks in South Africa now.
Elon Musk has once again accused the South African government of racial discrimination. Musk accused the South African government of, quote, promoting white genocide in South Africa.
They're fighting for equality in Africa.
Yes, white folks are fighting for equality in Africa. But guess what?
Wow.
Because blacks were the majority.
Well, that makes
And
sense.
guess what? In South Africa, they've united. So they can't run that on them niggas.
That's that
Now, if
word,
all the other
unity.
countries do that, we good. We will be the superpower of the universe.
Right.
That was perfect.
Period.
We can be. We are the superpower of the universe. Remember, family, we are the majority.
Yeah.
The only reason why we haven't been reactive like we should be is because we've been taught not to be.
Mm-hmm.
It's time to wake up.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's time to go within and pull that up.
Mm-hmm.
It's time for us to fight and take back. But first, you have to recognize
Mm-hmm.
who you are.
Mm-hmm.
You know, recognize the game. We're not here out of anything but love.
That's right.
Okay? Love for who we are,
Love for each other.
and love for you. It's a family affair. We don't start today. When we going to start?
On the real. That's
Yeah.
what I said earlier.
No.
Now you taking the words out of my mouth. If we don't start today, when we gonna start? That's what I said about the channel. I was like, man, we've been doing the renovations and
Mm-hmm.
people been all up in the house.
Doing work, yeah.
And I'm like, if we don't talk to the community right now, when we gonna talk to them?
Well, community knows about life.
Yeah.
You know, we're doing everything we can to stand 10 toes down,
Yeah.
you know, and to still remain to be sovereign beings, yet dealing with all the bullshit that you have to deal with in life.
Man.
But it makes it easier knowing who you are. I
Yeah.
can tell you that.
And having a partner.
And
Having a good man. He's a good
make me
man.
blush. What are some of the people saying now? You know, I can't.
Don't trust DNA over oral history.
No, never trust DNA. See, don't trust anything that's outside of yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Trust everything that's inside of
Mhm.
you. Trust your ancestors. Trust your lineage. Those are things you can trust. Look how many things we as a people have invented. We've invented so many things that the world wouldn't be the way it is today if it wasn't for the advancements that we brought. Okay? That's a fact. Just like it's a fact that we have never gotten all the credit that we should have gotten. We need to give ourselves credit. We need to give that credit to the world.
And stop giving that credit to them white folks.
That's right.
Y'all keep giving that credit to them white folks, thinking that they did them ocean gyres and thinking that they brought you over here on the boat. That's giving credit to something, an entity that didn't even exist.
It's giving power to this spell. See, what we want to do, we want to break the spell. We want to break the spell. All of us know how important magic is. We know there's more to this world, to this life, than what we can see.
And whether you call it magic or prayer.
Oh, man. That's right. Whether you call it God, Jehovah, Allah, whoever, it's
a
that
spell.
Omnipresence.
It's that omnipresence.
Right.
It's the words that we speak.
And see, they put that spell on us. We accepted it over time, generation after generation.
Yeah.
They first change you by changing your inside spiritually. And that's where it happened. That's where we went wrong. Now today, because we're stronger, there are more of us, we can stand up and take back today. We can declare that I am an indigenous Niji of this land.
I am what I am.
I am what I am. I can also say and look out here that everything that I see, I've affected with my mind.
That's right.
You know, I'm the one. We're the superpower. We just need to get together. We need solidarity.
Yes.
You know, we need union.
That's one thing that Akon mentioned.
That's right.
Over in South Africa, white people are on the bottom because they still got that solidarity right over there.
Right.
We had solidarity here for a long time before that spiritual spell took a hold of us.
That's right.
White people were on the bottom for a long time. Why do you think they had to desegregate? Why do you think they so concerned about the black vote even today?
And damn it, there are white people as poorer than a lot of us. More of us know how to make a buck than they do. Okay? More of us know how to exist, how to survive more than they do. They're the ones they started the subsidy and the welfare for. It wasn't us.
They weren't doing us no favors.
No, they weren't doing us any favors. They started off with welfare. They were on welfare.
And we get called welfare queens now. Now it's generational welfare. That's what, come on now.
That's because we've allowed them to show us in a bad light.
Exactly.
We've allowed so much. It's time to stop acquiescing.
Yeah.
It's time to stop just letting shit go over your head. You know, it's time to wake up.
Oh, real.
You know, it's not about marching in the streets as much as it's about that march, that solidarity within. And all of us, as we always say, getting on the same page. It's called union, being united. Okay, I hate to say united like United States, but unity. We need more unity.
Yeah.
You know, we need to be responsible for each other. We need to start checking each other more.
On the real.
You know?
On the real.
And we're here to check. We're here to check off all the checks.
Checking the cash.
Hey, we'll show you that too. Because checking in the cash is building generational wealth by realizing that, you know, the only way you can truly be free is by freeing yourself of everything. You know, white and black and Asian and whatever color. All of people have become nowadays, all over the world, debt slaves. Slaves to debt. Because they don't work for themselves.
Right.
They're not producing for themselves.
Right.
They're waiting to get it from someone else.
Right.
That says you should get it from me. Let's take back our resources. All of them.
That's why they call it human resources, right?
Well, that's just another word for slavery. But yes, they call it human resources. Remember, you know, each time a baby is born, they give them a birth certificate. You are considered by the World Bank collateral. As soon as you're born, when your mother signs that birth certificate, you are collateral for the United States. You are money in the bank.
And they create a straw man.
Right. They create a straw man. And they set up an entity. Your entity probably has more money, I'm sure, than you do. Okay. But that's a conversation for another day. That's going deep.
You got to go deep.
Yeah.
We gotta go deeper than the. I don't want to sound like Lil' Kim. I'm sorry. It's too early.
See, that's the point. We've got to free ourselves. We've got to free our minds. We have to be free.
Yeah.
As we say, there aren't any mistakes. They're learning lessons.
Mm-hmm.
Each new day is a chance for there to be a better day.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't see endless possibilities, you won't have endless opportunities. See it for what it is.
That's right.
Wake up.
That's right. Take a look at this. We thought this was real interesting.
What you said? We thought this was real interesting.
Okay.
We think a lot of things are interesting. That's because we keep our minds engaged. We're constantly reading. We're constantly learning.
Yeah.
Because this is a spiritual learning experience. Just declare that you're Niji isn't enough. You have to get into the whole embodiment of what it means. And our people, remember always, were the very first spiritual people in tune with their souls, the universe, and most importantly, the planet that we stay on.
That's right.
That we live on.
Now, speaking of that birth certificate and straw man, I'm going to show this one.
Okay.
Let me start it over first.
The straw man is your name written in block letters. Very simple. It was done at birth. What the government did, or the corporations now, not government, what they did is they took your birth certificate and made a second birth certificate with a trust, a QV trust. They made it in all block letters. And for them to interact with you, they have to interact with you as a fiction, because they're all corporations. Corporations cannot interact with real people. So they made a straw man. They call it a straw man because it has no soul and is spiritually dead. This has happened since the early 1900s. What they've done is really fraud, because they're fraudulently taking your child's birth certificate and make it into a dead entity. The dead entity birth certificate is making billions. So your straw man is considered a dead entity, and the corporation can interact with it. If you have to go to court, it's not going to be in your real name because they don't have it. All they have is the dead entity.
Wow.
Think about that. I mean, not only do we tell you that your melanin is worth so much more, that's even more proof. They put a price on your ass the moment you come in here. That birth certificate.
The fiction, the straw man. Your autograph is the real person. So if you go up to a movie star and says, "Can I have your autograph?" You never say, "Can I have your signature?" It's always autograph because you have flesh and blood. Signature is what you're signing every time they can go into your account and take money.
And every time that signature on that check, on that license, that signature
is being monetized.
Sign something.
It is. By the banks, by everybody that wherever you sign, credit cards, everything.
See it goes deep. I'm telling you, it goes deep. And that's only the surface. That's not even going down the rabbit hole all the way. But we want you to be empowered. We want you to know things. Remember, knowledge is power.
And learning is earning.
That's right. Always.
If you stop learning, you stop earning.
That's right. So in life, you're supposed to continuously learn.
And if they playing you, it's time to start playing them back. Play their asses back. Take back your soul. They done already killed you the day you were born.
Listen to that.
That is fucked up.
Did you get with that word? They have already killed you and created a separate entity, and that entity interacts with the corporations and is making more money than you probably will.
Ain't no
physically
probably
in a lifetime.
That lady said it's got billions.
It's got billions.
Every straw man has billions. That's a corporate business. Billions. It's really illegal.
We need to put our minds to how we can get that money, how we can get some of that
Oh,
money
real.
that's owed to us. I mean, because that's a legal matter. That's not like reparations.
You got to know your shit,
you
baby.
got to know your shit. But we got people out there in family.
Yeah.
We got attorneys. Mm-hmm. We got architects. We got bankers. All we need is unity for us all to come to the table and take care of this problem.
Yeah.
Because like in South Africa, if we all stand up because we're the majority, things will change. But we've been lazy.
Yeah.
We've been letting somebody else project who we are.
Yeah.
It's time to take back our image, take back our souls. Because it's in the plan. It's a spell. That's why they call it spelling, these words.
These words that we speak, the vibration, the tone.
Even the English that you're speaking, it mostly consists of words that are ours.
Yeah, it's just a condensed language.
But they have you thinking that, oh, well, that language, well, those words came from them.
It didn't come from England.
No.
How it come from England if England wasn't called England when they was making the English language?
That's right.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Same with the name Akibula. I mean, with Africa.
Yeah.
I mean,
and then all the indigenous cultures called it something different. So how we gonna call it one thing now, Africa, and just cover everybody? Because the Africans we showed you was the Afrikaners. Mm-hmm. So that's white folks too. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Where do white folks come from? Shit, Africa. Black people.
Albinos.
They're the albinos of black people.
They come from us. That's the point. And by them getting us to erase what was in our souls and mind, that benefited them. It also allowed them to control the other people who...
Let's elaborate. They came from us. The people who were the powers that be. Mm-hmm. Surmise that if these poor white folks unite with the majority of all these colored folks who outnumber the so-called elites,
then they're going to take back what. See, that's right. See, we're talking about the elites.
I got it.
You know, this elite, the elites who promote this government, who promote this religion, all just to control all of us, the masses. Doesn't make a difference what color you are. Remember, we're living in a one world order. They've been working at this for a very long time. Okay? They've been working at this for a long time. The best you can do to change the system is to change yourself first, to understand the game and to play the game better than them. This is our land. This is our land. We can take back whatever we want, anytime we want, but we have to stand united. That's the only thing we're lacking. And understand that the religions that they have brought us, no matter how you think that it's making it, you've made it better and that you're serving the same God, you're really not. We had separate entities for a reason. And we were the first people on the planet. We had the original way of being spiritual. All that came through the Egyptians, came through the Chinese, came through all of Asia. Mm-hmm. That is all us. That's why you see parts of us everywhere.
In every culture.
In every culture. But you also see this colonialism that has existed since they came here, all over the planet.
That's right. I got something else for y'all. This is good too. Speaking of why our culture is within every culture in the world, but that doesn't mean that we're from Africa just because we have similarities. Check this out.
This is the biggest culture shock I've ever experienced. When people see very dark skin, they often assume Africa, but that's not always the story. Welcome to Bougainville! I know you've heard of Solomon Islands, Fiji, Vanuatu, but have you ever heard of Bougainville? Bougainville is a province of Papua New Guinea that may soon be recognized as a new country. It is one of those places that just breaks everything you thought you knew about race, ancestry, and history. Everything about this place makes you think of Africa. The deep skin tones, the food, the warm climate, the tropical environment, the joy, the energy, and the features. However, Bougainvillians are not Africans. They're Melanesians. They do not have any African ancestry. They were never taken there through slavery or transported from somewhere else. They've always been there. A lot of the locals can relate to Africa. Melanesian and black and African, all three. African DNA or not, they're still our long-lost, beautiful cousins. Bougainville, or the autonomous region of Bougainville, is a province of Papua New Guinea. However, they're the only province with a president. They've been fighting for independence for years, and the new target date is set for 2027. For Bougainville, identity is more than DNA. It's thousands of years of history, land, culture, carried forward by the people who always call this place home. And I've never felt home this far away from home.
Identity. All right. It's our land. This is your identity. Recognize.
Just because we have similarities with other people in the world does not mean that we're from other parts of the world.
That's right. Intrinsically, all people feel the same things. Everybody wants love. Everyone wants to be successful. Everyone just about wants children and a long lineage and a good life. Those things are intrinsic. Everyone has that. But what makes you special is your individuality, your culture, the land in which you came from. And to that, those people said those were the most important things: cultural identification and their land. Yeah. You know, we stop. How can we fight for independence if we're not even independent of our own minds? How can we unify if we don't have any unity within ourselves? We have to get back to the basics. We have to get back to who we are. Yeah. That's the only way. And we have to unite. We have a marvelous opportunity now because of technology. We can let the world know. We can set better examples for ourselves than were set in the past because we have more control now. Let's use the control. Let's use the advantages that we have, that we've learned over the centuries, and let's put it to good work. You want to change the world? Well, first change yourself. Being Black, you know, my grandmother, my mother, my mother's mother, none of them were called Black because they knew the true meaning of Black. As you saw in some of the videos, people weren't even being called really white over in Europe. That's not what they called people. That was something that they used to enslave us here, to put us in prison, to make us prisoners of war. And it took centuries. That's why each generation, they had to come up with a new label because that subsequent generation wasn't buying it.
And if you came off the boat, why they relabel you so many times? If they had control, if you was in shackles,
right?
Why were you relabeled so many times?
We are the majority. We are the majority. All we have to do is get together and we'll feel and see solidarity. You know, we've got the information. We got all the proof we need. We just need to get up off of our asses collectively and do something. You know, if you need to review history, we got plenty of history.
Okay.
We got plenty of history.
We got more history.
But instead of looking back all the time, okay, we told you. We're telling you why certain things have happened. Let's go forward. Let's change our situation for our children. Let's put our children in position to change the situation for their children. It starts now, family. You know, get up off your ass. Proclaim it to everyone. Tell everyone you know who you are and tell them why. School people. Sheriff your own environment. You know, that's a way toward being sovereign. If everybody's going left,
you go right.
Then you know you have to go right. Let's get back to common sense. That mother wit, you know, that our mothers left us with. Some of our mothers. Okay, because we know things are changing steadily.
Yes, indeed. I love you.
I love you too.
Can't you understand?
I know. We got something else good for you.
Well, see, we got a lot of things that are good for you. You know, it just takes time, you know, to listen and go through. We got plenty of food for thought. We've got encouragement. We've got love. We've got knowledge. Like I say always, each one teach one. We have this information. I look on Instagram and people are just popping off left and right, and it fills my heart with joy that more people are learning, are knowing who they are. So now it's time for us all to get together on one page so we can affect some change, you know, because we're past due. We're past due, you know. We were all, if we were the most advanced people and the first people on the planet, then it's our duty to the world. It's our duty to the creator as being creators to create a better life for everyone.
That's right. Here's a good one. This is about the secret spells
of the spells all the time.
This is about the secret spells of the English language. Okay? This is why we say it's so important for you to know what you're saying. It's not just semantics. Okay, it's not semantics.
It's not grammar.
It's not just grammar. Okay, it is a literal spell with everything that you say. Let's get into it.
Are the secret spells of the English language. Well, let me share with you what I call our premier life sentence. And it goes something like this. We awake each morning and go off during the weekdays to earn the living at various jobs and undertakings until we come to the weekend. And this seems perfectly acceptable to most people. However, more people die between 6 and 9 on a Monday morning than any other time of the week. So I do what I call a translation of the English language, and I spell that TRANCE with the idea that words cast spells. So when you translate that life sentence, you remember that awake is a funeral party for the dead.
Listen.
Mourning is the state you're in when you attend a wake. And you would have to be in a weekdays to earn the living, since urns are for the ashes of the dead. We call our jobs undertakings. Job itself is a Hebrew word for persecuted.
Listen to that.
And what we get at the end of this perverse bargain with life is the weak end of the deal as we become progressively weakened ourselves. And so our most prevalent greeting to each other is hello, the reverse of which is, oh, hell.
Listen to that.
And at first, I suspected the hands of collusion entangling the language to foster illusion. And I think it's quite true that a culture's theology has a great deal to do with the word's etymology and how it evolves over time to combine incompatible meanings that may undermine the original thoughts it was meant to define. But now, I don't think it's planned. For the thing that I've found is that like concepts can gravitate toward the same sound and vibrate at the rate that our thoughts designate. Because words are electromagnetic vibrations whose fine alphabetic tintinnabulations can take on the tint of our true expectations, which they then imprint on our metal of mind, causing sounds to adhere when they're of the same kind.
That's why we all have to be speaking the same talk. We've got to be on the same page. Words are not just words. All words have an original meaning, and words have always been meant to set a spell,
a tone,
that casts a
frequency, a translation,
right? A translation,
a translation. Yes, woo!
Ooh, that
got chills up my spine.
See, these are the conversations we be having with each other. We're just sharing with you today some of these things that we've learned. You know, why we've been the way we are.
Yes.
Okay. Because it's not so much, like I said, so about history. If you want to know history, that's great. That's fantastic. We'll give you a little history. We'll give you a little source.
Yeah.
It's about what can we do today
We could clean up the language.
We can clean up our bloodline.
We could clean up our whole bloodlines by stopping the generational curse right here.
Stop it right now with the words that you affirmate every day. Stop it right now with the way that you carry on. You know, you're greater than what you can see. You come from a great people. You're obligated to be great.
He who wears the crown.
Hey.
All right.
The crown, the feathers, whatever.
That's right.
Okay. You know.
Yeah.
Even the white man in religion tried to make himself look better with the old halo. The old halo over his head.
He who wears the halo.
You know.
Yeah. That's right. It's all up. We had to go live. We're not going to hold you too long, you know.
But we're going to hold you long enough because you need to see.
Okay.
You know, we're going to hold you long enough. We're going to hold you until you get it.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, after you get off this live, you need to go out in the world. You need to do some investigating for yourself right there on your phone. We are the indigenous Niji. We are not black. We are not African. We are nothing but the indigenous Niji of this land. Your grandmother, like I said, it was against the law at one time for her to say out in public who she was. That's why she was always telling you in private, I'm Indian. You're Indian. It was you, because of that schooling, because of that white man in your ear, that colonist telling you that you're something else. You've always been an indigenous Niji of this land. And once you embrace that, that will empower you. Your life will change once you start declaring truth, at least somewhere in your life. And you can start with who you are.
That's right.
You know, because you've been living a lie. You've been drinking a lie. You've been eating a lie. You know? It's just been all lies. It's time to live in truth, especially in 2025 with all this technology, all this information that is coming up now. No longer can they hide behind the veil. So they got to play another game. It's still a mind game, but we are greater when we use our minds along with our souls and spirits. You know, when we trust in which is already embedded in us.
That's right.
You know, you already have certain things that are innate and exclusive to you that no one else has.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have to sing Kumbaya. You can sing your song and sing it loud. They copy you all around the world anyway.
Anyway, just sing your song.
So why you got to sing Kumbaya? Let's all be together. You know, it ain't like that. No. We're the first. We're great.
Yeah.
You know, that's the power of the colonizers. Taking over your mind, taking over your spirit, you know, with these words, making you create spells with the language that you're using to disempower you.
Yeah.
That's why we say be very careful with how you use words, how you affirmate to yourself, how you see yourself. Because words are powerful.
Words are powerful. The words that you use can either plant you on this land,
or they can bury you.
Yeah, they can bury you.
Or
they can even disembark you to a whole nother land. Transportation in words.
Transportation in words. Transportation in mind. Hey.
Trance. It's a trance.
That's right. The gift is the present.
Yeah.
If you remain in the present, you stay 10 toes down, you'll learn how to navigate through the system. But we need solidarity. That's the point. You know, that's the point. We need to get together. As YouTubers, we need to get together online. And we need to have a council. We need to have a think tank. We need our own think tank. I'm tired of people thinking for us or telling us what to think. It's time for us to get together in the room, close the doors, hash it out until we do something about this, and then come out those rooms and affect some change.
Yes.
You know, if a lot of us get it, the rest of them will fall in line.
That's right. That's right. I love that. That's right. Get in the room, hash it out, whatever differences we got.
Right.
Okay. And let's get on board. Yes.
And everyone who is needy is welcome.
Yes.
You know, because if you're on the outside of being needy, we don't need your help. We need to get ourselves together. We don't need any help from anybody else but ourselves. Now, you can jump on the bandwagon and agree with us. You can co-sign, but you're not the main signer of this.
Exactly. Needies are the main signers of this contract.
You know, we're not foundational black Americans no more than we are the American Society of Magical Negros. Even though I like that a little bit better than FBA, but
oh, you better tell them.
You know, that FBA. You know, or the same shit. I'm African American, and you don't have a cousin, you don't have a relative, you don't have anything. You know, you're looking in African dictionaries to give yourself African names to empower yourself. Well, that bullshit. It's time for that shit to be over with. Stop disrespecting us. Stop disrespecting your ancestors. Get back in a respectful tone, a respectful mind. Your life would come together. Let's stop fighting each other. We used to fight them. Yeah. Now we fight. You know why we fight each other? Because we're so fucking frustrated with the things that they've done. You know, and then we're doing it to ourselves. Let's stop repeating history. Let's stop hurting other people. Let's heal ourselves and then get ready to fight. Yeah. I'm for the fight. Let's pool our monies together. Let's pool our resources together. There's enough of us with money. Yeah. There's enough of us who can contribute. Everyone has a gift. Every single person, every one of us can contribute. All you have to do is tap in. You can't sit on the side. You know?
I know. They know.
They should know. I'm going to tell it to them till I can't tell it to them anymore. And then I'm going to tell it to them from the spirit world. Okay, because I'm going to be talking this.
That's right.
We are not black. Please don't use that. Don't accept that. And there's nothing wrong with being spiritually in tune with that omnipresence that has created the world, that created us. But there is something wrong when you're taking on a deity, an entity of someone else's that wasn't put in place for your good in the first place. They brought that religion to take us away from who we were spiritually originally, because that's where it starts. That's where the strength comes from. It comes from within. They poisoned us from there. Let's stop poisoning each other. You know, that pastor in the church is not going to tell you anything. Your uncle here is going to tell you the real deal. Okay? Follow me.
Follow me.
Yeah, follow me. I will show you who you are if necessary, if that's what you need. And let's take back our land. We're so smart. We know this system. We know how to work this system, but we have to work together. We have to work with we're so goddamn selfish. Now it's all about me. It's about me. It's about me. No, it isn't about you. Because you just by yourself, you don't mean anything unless you're doing it for the whole tribe, for the whole nation. Okay? Unless you're doing it for the nation, unless you're doing it for your people.
All right. I did say I'd have something special for y'all in the end. And for everybody who stuck around, this is very special. This is proof that Africa was here in America. It did not exist over there. The Nile is here. Okay?
That Mississippi
is here.
Mounds, Illinois, Cairo, Illinois.
Mound City.
That's right.
That's where he comes from.
Cairo, Illinois.
You're looking at the original Egyptian right here,
That's
baby.
Right.
Here we go. Let's get into it.
They told us there were only 5 civilized tribes,
But what if I told you there were hundreds more? Tribes that didn't vanish, they were reclassified, renamed, split up.
Let me start it over for you.
Your Honor, Exhibit F, Part 1. Egypt was always west. They told us Kemet was in Africa, but the real blueprint starts in America. That's right. The Mississippi was called the Nile of the West in early explorer records. It flows north to south, floods seasonally, and shaped every civilization around it. Just like the Nile. Why are Memphis, Cairo, and Thebes all sitting along the Mississippi today? That ain't random. That's memory. Colonial renaming wasn't invention. It was preservation. The Cahokia Mounds mirror Giza's three-pyramid layout, aligned with Orion, linked to solstices. Same cosmic math, but older. Old Jesuit and Masonic maps placed ancient Egypt in the west. They rewrote the globe, but they left the receipts. The truth was buried under cities, highways, and lies. But the rivers, the names, and the mounds still testify. Hit that plus button so you can follow the case. Because next we show how even the crops and animals knew where Egypt really was.
Listen, that even the animals. See?
That means they relocated the elephants.
Mm-hmm.
They relocated the giraffes.
Mm-hmm.
They relocated the lions, tigers, and bears, honey.
Because see, none of that existed in
Africa. What did I say? Africa. Europe. You say Europe.
Europe and Africa, yeah.
Europe, Asia. They didn't have that before. It was here. It was here.
Because Europe and Africa are connected.
Yeah.
Okay. They're on the same. It's all islands.
It's
all islands.
It's all like the whole planet is islands.
The whole planet is an island.
Ooh. We can't stop there. You can't just leave me hanging there. What a cliffhanger.
Oh,
huh?
There it is. Oh, okay.
What?
Nothing.
And the green light is up here. Would you?
Yeah. Well, look.
Okay, what you want? What you?
I don't want you to
Okay,
do
now you
anything.
done left a whole cliffhanger.
Okay.
You said the planet is islands.
No, I put planet is made up of islands, of course. But see, then we'd have to get into talking about the Earth being flat. Okay, that it's not a globe. That there's a firmament. We have to go into case studies as proof that they haven't gone to the moon. All of that was staged. Creation is set up a certain way. Man has always tried to go against creation. Our people created within creation. It's only the pseudosciences and things that knew. Our people knew. What was the need in going to the moon? What was the need in going to Mars? If everything that you want is right here and it's plentiful and this is life as we know it, why would you want to go somewhere else?
You can't penetrate through the firmaments anyway.
No.
They found
all of this is island. So it's on that island tent. Europe and Africa are on the same island, just like all the Turtle Island is all of North America and South America and those islands.
Exactly. That's why the Afrikaners and
right.
And,
right. That's why it was easy for those Afrikaners, those Dutch, to come down and settle in South Africa.
And the Caucasus Mountains had black people.
That's right. But that's because our people gone all over the planet. In the 50s, there were a lot of, speaking of Paul Robeson and them, there were a lot of people during that time going to Russia. And the Russians have always known about
who we are.
And they knew that there were more darker pigmented melanated people on the planet. We outnumber everyone.
Albinos.
Why do you think they had to colonize us? And what did they colonize us with? Religion. That's the only way you could allow them to steal what's yours, is if you were in some religious spell. That old spell about turning the other cheek. That old spell, well, it'll be better for me in heaven. This is your heaven and hell right here. We've been under a spell. That's the point. The point is that we can break this spell by realizing what time it is. By realizing that's being aware and knowing that we can change things. Knowing that we have the power.
That's right. The power is within you. The power is within us. What?
Do you want to show them anything else? One more thing. I mean,
Y'all want to see one more thing? Okay,
You know.
fine. I'll show you one more thing.
Yeah, show one more thing.
All right, before we get out of here. She really put me on the spot now.
Well, anything, anything.
Okay.
From the minds of Timothy.
Okay. Ooh.
Okay.
Okay, I'll do something on the flat earth tip.
Oh.
Here's a good one. Okay. Here we go, y'all. This is about the flat earth. Listen to this preacher when he says this.
Making it circle was deliberate. Even NASA that gave us a picture of a globe, NASA has it on record that they don't have a picture of the Earth from the sky. You know the machine that you find in every aircraft, the gyroscope? The gyroscope works on a flat Earth, flat plain ground, a flat table. That's how that machine works. It doesn't work on a spherical object. It's in every plane. Ladies and gentlemen, I know people have different theories. All that you needed to do is to get into a helicopter, you take off, you wait in the air, let the earth spin, and bring America here and you land. Simple. That's it. It's so strange how from the sky, a plane or even a helicopter can land on an earth that is spinning at 1,500 kilometers an hour. And there are markings on the earth, on the helipad, they mark. And you have to land on those marks, those white marks, on an earth. What makes sense to you today? You get into your kitchen, you take a plate, you put water. Those are the seas. And it's known according to our old maps, the earth was flat. And around, go and look at our old maps. What do you see at the edge? Ice wall. There is a wall around the earth, which is of ice. And that's the highest point. It's not even Mount Everest. That's the highest point around the earth, which keeps the water inside. That's the only way you can get to the end, is the water in a plate. These countries are simply islands. But how come they don't fly past? Okay, you are good researchers. Okay, go and look for Antarctic Treaty. Antarctic Treaty in 1959. There was an agreement where 53 most powerful countries signed an agreement that we will not allow humans to explore beyond the Antarctica. No planes should fly beyond the Antarctica. Why an agreement?
Remember, they've lied to you about every single thing. Our people, see, that's knowledge that our people had. That's why we weren't worried about this, that, and the other. Okay? That's why we were concerned with ourselves, the universe of what we could see and feel, and this land. You know, they've got you spinning like a ball. Okay? And it wasn't the reason why it was on all the old maps is because they weren't ignorant. They weren't ignorant. It's us today that are ignorant. NASA today will still tell you that really they don't have any pictures from outer space.
Yeah,
okay.
It's on the website today. NASA means not actual science to me.
or not a space agency.
Not a space agency.
That's right. And see, all of these things are used to put your attention somewhere else while they drain your soul.
Yeah.
Okay? Because if most of you all knew the world wasn't round, then you'd question that religion. You couldn't question this. You'd question that. Mm-hmm. What is it? The quality of your life.
The quality of your life
depends upon
the quality of your questions. If you didn't ask the right questions, you wouldn't know the difference between the question and the answer.
That's right. You're ass from a hole in the ground. As the old folks who used to say, you don't know your ass. And too many of us today don't know our asses from a hole in the ground because we're not looking in the right direction. You have to look within. We are the original. We are the great. Let's get ourselves together. Let's unite. Let's become more of a group. Mm-hmm.
Not just a sector.
No.
Not just the rebels. Okay. We are affecting change in the world. That's not right. Just the city, Craig, the world.
That's right.
Okay.
Still a wild Indian at heart. That'll never leave me.
That's right.
Okay. Still who I am.
I love my wild side. And I love that you all accept us for who we are. Mm-hmm. Okay. We love you all. We love each and every one of you all in the community. I got to send some love. I got to send some shouts outs. I got to send some praise. Mm-hmm. I love y'all so much.
We pray you a good life. We pray you good fortune. We pray the prayers of our ancestors.
Yes.
Remembering who you are.
Yes.
Remember. Wake up. Remember. No more lies. You don't have to listen to anyone but your heart.
Yeah.
And everyone who knows or finds out that they're needy or accepts it in the heart.
Yes.
That's where it's got to fit.
We love you. We're going to cut this off now so you can run it back if you missed it. We want you all to share this message. Share this message. Share your truth. Live in your truth. Each and every day, you can move closer to living in your purpose and your truth.
Sovereignty starts with sovereignty of mind and heart first. And once it comes from within, mm-hmm. everyone will know. You don't have to ask, are you a sovereign being?
People will see it.
People will see it.
Your glow will show. Until next time, we love you and we'll see you soon. We promise you that.
Peace and love, family.
Until next time, stay sovereign.